how to see the performance results of a roundabout in SIDRA intersection. This software is very well suited for when it comes to the analysis of roundabouts, and it gives a very realistic picture of the roundabout operations. So for roundabout analysis, you will select roundabout in the site and select whether you are working with one lane roundabout or a two lane roundabout. So it doesn't matter that if you select this one or two, you always have an option in SIDRA geometry design to add or delete a lane. So you can add more lanes in the lane geometry option later on. So I will select two lane. Once you have selected two lane, site 1 appears. If you want to see the design or plan layout of this roundabout, right click, select site layout. Once you have selected site layout, this is the default template for a roundabout in SIDRA. So you have two lanes in the circle, two lanes on approach, two exit, and this 30 shows 30-meter diameter of this center island. This is called a center island. So the first thing you want to do is go to intersection, change the road names if you want. If your lane direction is different, it's skewed at an angle, you can open the lane by right clicking, making a lane here. I don't have a lane like this. My roundabout is quite straight, so I don't need to open this. But if you have a lane that is not straight, you can allow a lane. You can also make lanes one way or two way from this window. So this looks good to me. For my example, I will click apply, click OK. Movement definition, where you allow and disallow a specific movement from the roundabout, and the type of vehicles that are in your traffic. For example, if you have buses, cyclists, light rails, transit, or a large truck in your traffic, you may want to add from here the user class. So I only am dealing with light vehicle and heavy traffic, so I'm only keeping these two open, which are selected by default. So the next thing is to approach movement, where you can allow and disallow a specific movement. For example, I don't have a left turn allowed from this approach. I can just remove it from here. So, but I have left turners, so I am not going to delete this. However, I don't have U-turns in this roundabout. If you have a U-turn, U-turning traffic, you may want to allow U-turn from here, but I don't, since we don't have any U-turn is not allowed. There is a dedicated U-turn which is before the roundabout, so we don't have to allow the roundabout from the approach here, because this will affect the analysis, the result of this roundabout. So I'm not going to allow. But if you have a specific movement which is restricted, you need to remove it from over here. So once you are done with this, click apply, click OK. The next important thing is lane geometry. Here you have to give, you can add and delete a lane by clicking the lane app. So see, you can, I just added two lanes on the left, so it added two lanes, 1, 2, 3, 4, two lanes on the left. But I don't have these two lanes. We just have intersection, which is two lane for the approach, so it's two. But if you want to add a lane, you can add on the left, on the right, using this lane app window. You can also add an exit lane to make the exit 3 by clicking over here. You can add or delete an exit lanes. So we want to keep it as default, because we only have this roundabout is 2 lane only. However, we will change this center circle diameter, which is not 30. So in our roundabout, the center is 60 meters. So we will want to change it. The next thing, lane discipline. If you want to allow a lane, dedicated lane, or the lane is shared. Shared lane means the lane is, the two movements are shared by one lane, like the one lane is being used for through traffic and the same lane is being used for the right turns. So that means it's a shared lane. If the lane is only used for a dedicated movement, like right only, left only, through only, then it's called a dedicated lane. So in our roundabout we have two lanes. Both are being used by through traffic, and both are the right is being used by the right turners and the left is used by the left turners. So corresponding to the real situation as shown here in the figure. So it's like this. But in your case, if you don't have a through here and only the people are taking right from here, you may want to remove the through from here. So anyhow, you have to satisfy all the movements, otherwise you will get an error. If you want to disallow a specific movement, you should do it in the second step, which we showed you earlier. So I'm keeping this default. Click apply. Lane movement. A lane movement means here where if you want to change how many percentage of vehicles will use this lane for through and use this for exit. So if you have the data, you can change it in lane movements. Then you go to roundabout. Roundabout, this is the most important when it comes to roundabout, this and the volume part. Here you need to give how many lanes in the circle. So in this roundabout, we actually don't have 2 lanes in the circle. We have 2 in the approach, 2 in the exit, but in the circle we have 3 lanes. So I'm going to change it to 3. So I have now 3 lanes in the circle. The circulating width is not 10, is 12. So we have here each lane is 4 meters. So we have 3 lanes. So 3 by 4 means 12. So this is supposed to be 12. I'm changing this to 12 meters. Then the diameter. The diameter, as I told earlier, is not 30. It's 60 meters. So I'm going to change it to 60 meters. Like this. The entry radius is the angle at which this curve, the radius of this curve. So this is not 20 is too sharp. This radius is, in our case, 40. So obviously you need to have this data before you analyze the roundabout. What is the angle of entry? What is the angle of radius of the entry? Whether the lanes are transitional or not. Whether the design is around raindrop or not. Raindrop design means you don't allow any movement, any circular movement to be taken from here. So it just closes the circle as like a raindrop. We don't have a raindrop. I'm not going to select this, but if you have it, you can select it from here. So once you are done with this, I think it looks good based on the criteria that we have. I'm going to click apply. And the last thing I have to do now is to give volumes. We don't have any pedestrian. We don't have any pedestrian volume on this roundabout. So I'm just going to select none, all legs. None all legs means we don't have pedestrian volumes on any leg here on this roundabout. This is quite a big roundabout, and the pedestrians still don't use it. This roundabout, there's no passage for the pedestrians. So I'm going to say I have selected none for the pedestrians. The next important thing is after design is the volumes, where you have to give the volumes for left turns, through and right for all the approaches. The heavy vehicles we have are 3% of the total traffic, which is for all the lanes. So to change it for all the lanes quickly, I will go to quick input and select all legs. Click apply. So as soon as I do this, it changes the heavy to 3 for all the legs. So I don't have to do it one by one. But what do I have to do here one by one is entering the traffic volumes based on our traffic movement count survey. So we have this survey conducted already. I'm just going to input the data for the traffic that we collected for the morning peak for this roundabout. So we had around 420 left turners, 600 through turners, and 125 right turners. This approach. On westbound, we had around 480 left turns, 660 through, and 75 right. Similarly, I will enter the volumes for all the approaches. Obviously, you want to have the data for all the approaches, and once you enter it, make sure you click apply to store the information. If you don't click apply, the information will not be stored. Here we have 417, this one was 810, and this is 210. Click apply, and now we can analyze the roundabout by clicking process the site. So I click process the site, I click OK. Now we are ready to see the results for this roundabout. So how to see the results is very easy. Once you click the process the site, you have now the site report open and site display opened. So I go to site report to see the summary of this roundabout. I will go to site report, and the first option, movement summary. I'll click movement summary, and then here you have it, the results for each approach. So as you can see here, this is quite good actually. 16-second level of service B, 18 B, 49 level of service D, but this is the problem, 197 seconds F. Is too much high demand here on the west road. So this is a problematic road which is causing the delays and problem issues on this roundabout with 197 seconds delays, average delays. This is the summary of this roundabout. As you can see that because of this one bad approach, we have the total delay of 76.6 seconds corresponding to level of service F. So this shows that we need to make improvements, targeted improvements on this roundabout, targeting on this west approach, because all the other approaches are reasonably well, they are performing well, except this one. So that's why it is important to conduct capacity analysis or the performance analysis of roundabouts.